right, everybody, welcome to once again Strong Witness. This is a all the Strong Witness days are extremely special. I'm proud of myself today because I actually hit uh go live and not just talking to me and my guests, but every guest we have is on here is extremely special and I'm very appreciative of. But this one right here has a story that is gonna like blow you out the water. So I was listening to a little bit of his story. I was reading about his story on social media, but I'm even more excited for him to jump on. He is from the East Coast, which I'm always excited about to have somebody from home. I call it home anywhere in like that tri-state, Philly, Jersey, Delaware area. I feel like it's still home. So if this is okay, any male, I think this is a great story for anybody, but specifically male. If you know a male who's maybe came up in a difficult situation, have a hard time, any single mom, I want him to get on here and hear about how he's helping his community. But I'm going to bring him up. His name is Adam, and I'm going to move out the way. But I'm going to introduce Adam and bring him up right now. So Adam, people know you're real and they can see you, right? So Adam is he's right outside of Philly right now in Lansdowne. Is that where Sesame Place is, or is that Lanes?
No, I'm in Philly right now. I live.
Oh, you're in Philly. You live in okay, got you.
I'm never where I rest my head.
Okay, all right. So he's in Philly at the moment, but I'm gonna move out the way, and I want him to share his story. So we were talking for a little bit. It's a strong story, and he's gonna share some of his backstory. So I want you to share the story before you get to traveling back that day from Virginia. And I kind of want to pause there, and I want to tell it in a little bit of spurts. But I want you to get the back like little Adam, you know what I mean, and who you were and all that stuff, and introduce yourself from there.
So as I was, as we were talking about earlier, growing up, I really kind of like, I didn't have a lot of direction. I mean, I had as much direction as my mom tried to give me, and the other women in my life. But I kind of just like did my own thing. I kind of beat to my own tune. That always got me in trouble. I got my first arrest when I was like 14 years old for terroristic threats and everything like that. Real stupid stuff. But that transitioned into a lot of like outward aggression, not knowing who I was on the inside, self-medicating, and I didn't tell Toya this earlier, but, I was addicted to wet. I mean, I did say I was addicted to drugs, but, I was out here on PCP, embalming fluid, whatever you want to call it. And I was just like not in my right state of mind as a young man. I ended up in juvenile placement for 18 months. Within that whole ordeal, they tried to kill me. They beat me really bad, to the point where as though I have metal plates in my face now. So I have metal plates over here on my right side, my left side, down here. You would have thought that I learned after that. But that definitely wasn't my thing. I had juvenile life. I was supposed to stay in juvenile facility until I was 21 years old. I just did a lot of stuff. Whether it was, hurting a staff member, whether it was, that tragic incident where they tried to take me out of here, whether it's me trying to run from a facility, you name it. I was trying to get out of Dodge, trying to figure out ways how to, steal cars to, leave juvenile placement. But that's just how crazy we are as kids. Long story short, like, they just felt as they felt that they FTA'd me. So FTA is failure to adjust. They were going to send me to Newcastle State Max from the age of 18 to 21. But they had a long conversation. It was like an emergency meeting. They talked to family services in Chester County. They talked to the prosecutor, the judge at that time that had sentenced me, my probation officer, my mother. And they just felt that if they continued with prison or that cycle, that it would, kind of like mess me up as a person. Like, because I was very bright and, articulate and educated. And they're like, he just needs to get it right. And if we send him up this river, he's never going to come back from this, So they gave me a chance. And like 6-7 months later, I was, on the run, attempted carjacking, aggravated assault, drug charges. I went on the run to Florida. They sent me back here. I didn't post bail. They gave me ROR. They gave me release on my own recognizance. So I had a lot of people in my corner. Like, I was a finesser growing up. Like, I I grew on people, but I always had a job or something like that. Like, I always had something to kind of like reflect against the negative stuff that I was doing. So like, you couldn't completely throw me away, but I was like borderline. Um, but a lot of people just like helped me, and then when I came home and I did this nut stuff and I'm on the run and everything like that, and I'm getting ROR and people are coming to court to speak on my behalf, and I'm getting in more trouble. I ended up getting caught for a large amount of drugs, and then they backdated me on trying to steal a car, trying to assault somebody while I'm still in a car. And all the charges kind of like just piled up. Like, we finally got you, now we're going to just send you away for a while. So I got sentenced to 8.5 years to prison. I had two sentences, a 3 to 6, 3.5 to 7. And I maxed that out, you know. I came home in 2010. So I got sentenced August 2006. I was in jail since September 2005. So August 2006, I went upstate. September 10th, by September of 2010, I was home on pre-release in a halfway house, and I caught a stabbing. I assaulted two individuals that, tried to assault me. I was trying to protect myself. And once again, like, I just kept catching breaks all my life. The judge at that time and point, it was the president judge. He just wasn't gelling with the situation. Like, he could see it for what it was. Like, I didn't want to hurt anybody. I like I was telling Latoya, I said, I've been in jail all my life. Like, I don't have a problem stabbing anybody. Like, is that my energy? No, that's not my energy. But at that time and point, that wasn't my energy, but I had a knife on me. So, I kind of like, created that energy, and I kind of like, I guess I brought that negativity towards me. But outright, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be in that situation. I definitely didn't want to go back to jail, but you had everybody calling. I was in school. I was on the recovery council board for the net. I was just doing so much. I was on honor society. I was on the dean's list. I was working at CCP. You had people from outside entities calling, families calling, friends calling, because like when I came home from prison, I really wanted to just like put my best foot forward. I just got into a step-up house. I just got out of the halfway house. So it was a lot of like trials and tribulations, that I was going through. And I thought that I was making the right steps, but then I had to go back. I spent 3.5 years, or a little bit less than 3, all the way up until December 2000. I came home December 15th, 2014. And right after that, I jumped right into CCP. I went straight back to school. I got a car. I met this young lady that kind of like inspired me to get, like, not kind of, she really inspired me to get a car. She was pushing something really nice, and I just wanted to, like match her fly, so like sneakily I got a car. So that way I can impress my girlfriend. I'm like, let me just work. Let me save all this work study money, and let me get all this extra cash that I'm getting maybe from the loans or bookstore credits. And, I'm gonna get a car so I can take you out. So you don't got to keep picking me up, and you ain't got to keep getting off of work and then coming all the way out the county to pick me up. So with that inspiration, that led to a job. Working with a photo booth company called the I Love Team. Now, with that car, I had a variety of jobs. I delivered for Domino's Pizza up North Philly. I delivered for another, little driving app called Habitat. You name it, CCP, little odd jobs, Expo Logistics, out Chester. Not out New Jersey. I worked out Newtown Square at an eye laboratory. Like, I was just trying to do everything. Like, if people, like, for those that know me, or people would tell you, like, he had 1,000 different jobs, like, because I really tried. I was trying to like create some type of independence for myself. I became a photographer. I was trying different trades. I was trying to see, how I can continue to make, money without getting into the streets. And it just been hard, like I go bag some drugs up real quick and be cool, like, but it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want this to be, something that I can really like have honor in, you know? So moving forward, all the way up to June of 2018, I just tried. I tried to do as much as possible to make an impact. I had started an organization, Stay Focused PHL. That was the initial nonprofit. That's what it was going to be. But then I got into a car accident. June 10th, 2018, around, I'm going to say 10, 11 o'clock at night, Prince George County. I hit the back of a truck going over 80 miles per hour. My speed limit was clocked at 87, though. So I did receive a ticket for the accident. And the speed limit was clocked at 87 miles per hour. Hit the car, hit another car, watched the car spin out, cross the highway. I ended up in the backseat of my Vic. I did not have no seatbelt on. I was definitely malnourished. I had just took my Shahada. I had just became Muslim, so it was the month of Ramadan. Although I wasn't, treating the month of Ramadan, as I should have been treating it. I was still getting high after my fast. I smoked, drank, whatever. But I wasn't eating the way I was supposed to be eating. I definitely wasn't eating breakfast. Sometimes I wasn't always getting up, By the time I'm up, Fudge already in, and, you can't eat. So it's like, I ain't eat nothing all day. And now as soon as I break my fast, I got like a little platter and some weed and some alcohol, So like my body wasn't matching with my energy, wasn't catching up to me. And I just passed out behind the wheel. I just like, whether it was being tired, malnourished, like my body just gave up on me. Ended up in the backseat of my Vic. I crawled out my back window. I started hyperventilating. I was like, I don't know if I was going into like light shock or, I just felt my body convulsion and shaking like uncontrollably. And this white lady, I don't know who this, I wish I knew who this lady was. Like, but she laid with me. Like, I woke up in the ambulance because I passed out while I was with the lady. But like she laid with me, while like I was laying on the side of the road. Like there was a whole other accident. Like there was a car that hit another ambulance. Like it was a real lit night. Like, I did ask the nurse if there were any like really like bad, injuries and anything like that from the accident the night before. And she was like, honestly, no, like she didn't get into detail, but like it wasn't anything horrific. But long story short, like I spent 2 nights sleeping in the lobby of Prince George County Hospital. I slept there the 10th. Well, I got to the hospital the 10th, the 11th, and then I was there all day the 12th. So a night and a day, 2 days. I had my laptop and I had called my vice president, and I'm like, hey, like, what's up, Courtney? I said, I've just been thinking. I said, I've been thinking about how much of a piece of shit that I am. I ain't do nothing for nobody. Like, I didn't leave anything for my mom. Like my mom out here struggling, and I almost died. And my mom counted me for a lot of things, And it's like, what have you done for anybody? You spent the majority of your life in jail. You spent the majority of your life finessing individuals. You spent the majority of your life getting a high. Now you've been home for this shorter period of time and you've been running around like a chicken with your head cut off and you still ain't got shit. Yeah, like, you just wasted potential, bro. Like, you just a waste of a life. Like, and that's how I felt, and I didn't want to continue in that fashion. Then I asked myself, like, how did I get to this point? And I could just reflect on all of the Black women that have been in my life, from my first girlfriend coming home to, my mom and my aunts and, cousins and sisters and everything like that. Like when I came home, when I maxed out of prison, like I was living with somebody. Like they kicked me out at like 2:00 in the morning. So it's like, if it wasn't for my sister, like I was on the XH. You feel me? Like for y'all that know where Elkins Park is at, like I had to go to Frankfurt, okay? So I got kicked out at like 2:00 in the morning. I had to get on the XH up Cheltenham, up there by Elkins Park. And I had to find my way down there by past Erie Torresdale, down there down Church Street, because that's where my sister had lived. So just imagine like carrying bags of of clothes and a record box with some of your state items and letters and everything like that, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, man. Like, it was like, damn, like this is what life is about, but then you got a black woman, yo, bro, and the thing about it is, like, I never knew my sister. Like, I had just, and that's crazy within itself. I'm not even gonna get into all that, but I had just met my sister. And she was there for me, and I appreciate her for that, so it was just like, a reflection on what black women have done for me. And now it's, what can I do for you? How can I bring black women together? How can I create a support system that will, uphold them so they can continue to uphold me? Because it's like, I just looked at black women struggling, trying to keep shit together. And it's like, it's not fair. And it's like, what can I do to help black women stop struggling so they can just keep it together, just to keep it together? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to try to balance all this shit. You sit up here trying to figure out how you're going to take care of a family, how you're going to pay bills, but then you also trying to figure out how you're going to keep your kids from dying in the street, especially your sons. Like, listen, I put all of the women in my family through hell, and I just wanted something that they could be proud of. I wanted something they could be a part of, And as a black woman, they will always be a part of Sister Talk PHL, because that's the driving force, The driving force of this organization is to spotlight, not just single black mothers, like unconditionally and wholeheartedly, my support is for black women. Like, I don't think about nobody else but black women, And I know some people, feel some type of way, like, and I've had to recreate how I address certain things, So I am non-biased, with this organization. The doors are open to everybody. You could be white, Puerto Rican, Cambodian. I don't care what you are. If you come and you need services and you're a single mother, and you fit the requirements of that program, I'm gonna provide you service. But my thing is, I can't go harder for anybody else other than, myself and what I look like, And I had challenged this lady one day. She said, well, why don't you go so hard for Spanish moms the way you go? I said, well, first of all, I'm not Puerto Rican. That's one. I said, second of all, how about you ask a Puerto Rican man why he does not see as much value in his Puerto Rican women as I see value in my black women? Don't question me about my mission. My mission is my mission was set in my heart from God. Can't nobody question that. I don't question that. But like I said, we have a heart of gold. So we love everybody. I've been helped by all moms. I've been helped by white moms, Puerto Rican moms, Cambodian mothers. I've been taken in, So it's like my heart extends to everybody. All single moms need help, but who is going through the most trauma? Not to say that, other races don't go through trauma, but look at all of the murders that the city of Philadelphia has had between 2020 and 2021. The majority of the murders are black youth, are black men, are black women, right? So does that not trigger and traumatize a black mother? Tell me I'm lying. So if you got 95% of the homicides being black mothers and 3% of the homicides being Puerto Rican mothers and a small fraction of them being, maybe white or another minority, who you got to tap in with? You got to tap in with these mothers because they're the ones going through the most trauma. So it's only right, and I just felt as though that meeting mothers at the laundromat was the best way to treat their trauma. Now, I know I fast forwarded, but the essence of, what I do is to, directly impact mothers that may be going through trauma and we know nothing about it. You could be walking past the mother who lost her child to gun violence, but you'll never know about it. And the news, they didn't say nothing about it. You might have heard about it on No Gun Zoom, but there's a lot of murders that are happening that go unheard of, go unsolved. And you got to tap in. You know, you really have to tap in, because at the end of the day, Black women are essential. Whether or not people look at Black women as they are essential, they are the cornerstones of society. If you were to take Black women off this earth for just one day, ask yourself what you would have. What type of dysfunction would you have in all of these Black households, right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows where the doctors is? Who knows what the baby's health conditions are? Who knows who the teacher is? Who knows when the baby's birthday is? What size the baby's is? What allergies the baby has? Nope, the dads is not around like that. I mean, you have a very select few fathers that are around, and we congratulate those men on a daily basis. But then you have so many men that are displaced from the home, and they know nothing about the child. You take that Black mother out of that household, what is that child depending on now? So now we're sitting up here trying to figure out why all these kids are, we have to really check in. We have to check in with our community, and that's how we do it. We do that by checking in at the laundromat. Everybody goes to the laundromat. Everybody on the block uses the same laundromat. So we got 50 moms on this block, right? Okay, some of them might have a washer and dryer. Some of them might not use this laundromat, but this is just one block. And times that by like 50 blocks. Now you have blocks full of moms that need services. Hey, listen, meet me at the laundromat. I want to wash your clothes. You need some stuff for the house. You need some detergent. You need some some paper towels. You need some toilet paper. You need some toothbrush for the kids, toothpaste. You need some floss or something like that. You need some mouthwash. Do you need something? And a lot of people are prideful. A lot of people might be like, no, I'm cool, but you really hurting. Or, you might come across a family, young boy, he out here, he trapping because his family ain't got nothing. The smallest thing, like toilet tissue. Some families don't got no toilet tissue in the house. You know that, right? And they be wiping their ass with t-shirts and shit like that and socks. Like, let's not pretend like shit like this not real. And we have a lot of trauma going behind these doors. So a care package might bring light to somebody's house. Yeah. So like basic needs is so like, and the dollar store, has been able to help me with all of my basic needs, at the end of the day, because it's so inexpensive, but we don't think about stuff like that. We don't think about, does a mother have a working refrigerator? No, we don't. We don't. We don't care about stuff like that. But my thing is that is essential to the operation of a household. Having a refrigerator that works means that you can put food in your refrigerator. Putting food in your refrigerator might stop somebody from going outside selling drugs or robbing somebody so that they can get food. But y'all don't have no refrigerator. Y'all can't put nothing nowhere. So what y'all doing? Y'all living off the land all the time. You scrambling for something. You're not always feeding your kids a balanced breakfast. They're not eating 3 times a day. They might eat once a day, and they're eating oodles all day long, So we want to give you a bag of groceries when you come to the community wash day. When Babashi comes out to the community wash day, or Feed Philly Now comes out to the community wash day, we're able to give families food. So when you come get your clothes washed, not only are you getting some, fresh, clean clothes, but you're getting food for the house that might last you a couple weeks. You're getting care packages that might last you a couple weeks. Now you're saving money. So, we're just trying to figure out ways to support wholeheartedly. But to backtrack, back to June 2018, after I came up with the mission of Sister Talk, after I came up with the idea, and I reached out to Courtney Gardner, which is my vice president, my best friend, and she's been the longest standing member in this journey. I swear for God. Our first event was on July 25th at the Community Education Center on, I think it's 46th and Lancaster. But we donated blood, plasma. We sold waters. We asked people for donations. And we got it. A lot of people thought when Sister Talk first started that I was a woman, right? Like, so I had an Instagram page. I had a Facebook page. My Facebook page, when I first started SistaTalkPHL back in 2018, my Facebook page was popping. I had at least 3,000 followers within, I want to say, a month. Like, no lie. Like, I was out here, like, putting Sister Talk up everywhere. Like, if you got on the L, you would see a Sister Talk flyer. If you got off the bus stop, you would see a Sister Talk flyer. Like, I would get on the L at 5 o'clock in the morning at 69th Street, and I would go through each car, and I would put flyers up, and I would be like, we looking for speakers. We looking for volunteers. If you support Black women, follow this, and, all that. But, I would be so discreet and nonchalant about putting up the flyers, and I'd keep it moving. Like, ain't nobody know what was going on, but I would get more people following and following and following, and like I said, with all of that support, with all of that, like, moving, like, I was able to really, like, put a lot of energy into, creating Sister Talk PHL. And our first event was beautiful. If my memory serves me right, I think I only forget one panelist. But we had Crescence Campbell, we had Brenda Phillips, we had China White, we had Verna Gillians, and I want to say her name is Tamika. But I don't quote me on that, please. And if you're watching and you knew you was my first, panelist, please don't kill me. But we had a beautiful getting to know the Queen in the Mirror, understanding mind, body, and soul. That was our first event. And we had Black women vendors come out. And then we had 5 panelists come out, have a, conversation about, a taboo topic. And, this is what we did bi-monthly. So, we popped up at different gymnasiums and we had different speakers. We had 5 speakers speaking about taboo topics, amongst Black women. And then surrounding the Black women, we would have Black women vendors. So, it's a way to keep the money in the community. It's a way to highlight women in business. And it's a way to collaborate without any catty shit. That I seen a lot of catty stuff growing up in my family dynamic. So I'm like, okay, well, how can we bring women, well-rounded women around each other without them, coming for one another? Like, you sense that energy, like when a woman walks into a room with a whole bunch of other women, like, how is she greeted? You know what I mean? Like, is she embraced, or does she feel like, she doesn't fit in, or does she feel like a fly on the wall? Like, I wanted it to be love overflowing. So, like, when you walked into the gymnasium, you just seen a whole bunch of Black women glowing and just like, hey sis, oh my God, yeah, I got this business. Oh yeah, check me out. Like, okay, yeah, whatever the situation may be, but like everybody is just vibing and the energy is great, and that's just how we've run all of our operations. I got laxed, I want to say, in 2000 and so, like I said, I was working. I was this year, these years I had been working, so from 2018, June of 2018, all the way until November 2018, I volunteered at Forget Me Not You Services. Like, I would go there with Mecca Robinson. So she was my first sponsor. So when I went to Forget Me Not You Services to get sponsorship for our July 25th event, when I walked into the building, I'm like, hi, I'm here for, Mecca Robinson. And they were like, well, who are you? And I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm Adam. I'm from Sister Talk PHL. And they was like, and like, it was kind of like a shock factor. It was like kind of like a shock factor. And they were like, you a man though? And I was like, I know I am. And they was like, well, how you got an organization for women? And I said, well, this is just something that, I do in my spare time. You still like to support. And ever since then, Mecca Robinson has been a mother to me. Not only has she put food in my stomach, put food in my refrigerator and my mom's refrigerator, not only has she given me a job, but, she has been a guardian angel that, I couldn't ask for anything, better. It's like, another mom. I got like 5 moms out this joint. Like, it's lit. But she is definitely, a moving part in this, and she's also on the board now, so it makes it even 10 times better to know that the support that I got in the very beginning of this is still here, and it's stronger than ever. So I started working for them November of 2009, of 18. 2000 and what 19. I kind of like was laxed. I was working with them. I was still doing events and everything like that. Now fast forward. I want to say August. No, excuse me, June 2019. I was like, I want to try something different. So I was in a relationship that kind of like, took me away from my organization. Like I wanted to be more supportive to the relationship than I was the organization. I felt that a lot of times the relationships that I had, like it was a sacrifice. It's either like, I'm paying you attention or I'm paying Sister Talk attention, and it was like they wasn't having that. You know what I mean? Like it's like you either paying me attention or you paying Sister Talk attention. And I would always go to Sister Talk way because like this is my vision. This is my vision. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you froze for a while. You okay?
Yeah, so I wanted to invest in that relationship. So I digressed on Sister Talk PHL for a little bit. But then ultimately after that, I kind of got back into the swing of things. I started working for CSL Plasma. So I kind of like left Sister Talk alone. But I was always talking about it. I was always telling people like, while I was at work, I worked at CSL Plasma of Alany. So like while I was always at work, I used to tell people like, yeah, I'm gonna be out here changing the world. Like y'all gonna see me. Like I'm gonna be doing this, that, and the third. Like I'm about to start doing this. I'm about to start doing that. And they used to be like, yo, man, calm down, bro. You're not doing none of that, man. Like, but it was all in love because they all supported my vision. Um, January 28th, 2020, CSL Plasma fired me. Now, this is the same individual that would give 60, 70 hours a week. This is the same individual that would come in 5 o'clock in the morning, stock for the morning shift, leave, go take my son at the time to school, then come back for a shift that was 8 hours, then go home. You feel me? But they fired me. So I felt that was like a real blow to my ego. Like, how dare you throw me away? I'm not indispensable. Like I'm a G out this joint. Like, and that's just how like I felt like my energy. Um, so I'm sitting back, and I'm just reflecting on how I was just thrown away from an employer. And I'm like, the audacity, and we hit this pandemic and unemployment and people are getting all this money and, just crazy stuff starts happening in the world. I'm like, God always comes in on time, right? So we getting all this money from Trump. I'm sitting back one day, and I'm literally human, y'all. I'm literally human, But I was sitting back one day. I was smoking, and I just had a crazy idea. I was like, "Damn, I should wash clothes for moms," and I was like, "Yeah, that would be dope." And then as I sat back and I thought about it, I'm like, yo, listen, that remember the little 8-year-old girl? I think she would know, not 8. I want to say 10 to 12. So it was a 10 to 12-year-old young lady, young little black girl, that saved all of her allowance to wash clothes for her neighborhood. Now I had seen it some time ago, so like when I'm sitting back, just meditating and in my own little zone, I'm like, oh, this would be awesome. Um, and then I reflected on that story, and I'm like, you know what? Let's add some stuff to this. Like, let's let's create a demographic. Let's figure out what they need in that demographic. Let's connect with community resources so that way, like, we can corner everybody in. So it's like it's tricking a kid into eating his vegetables. So I'm telling you that I'm washing your clothes for free. I'm giving you free diapers. I'm giving you free care packages. I'm giving you free toys or for your kids. You getting, a whole bunch of just free stuff, right? So that's what's getting you there, right? Now, while you're here waiting for like 2 hours to get your clothes done, you got all these community resources that are from your neighborhood or throughout the city of Philadelphia that are right here at the laundromat. So you ain't got no choice but to go outside and walk around and figure out what type of support you can get for yourself. You know, um, I think that it's essential that we get families resources as quick as possible, just for the simple fact that a lot of the families, they don't seek resources. Um, they're not Some are not mentally inclined to be able to do that. You know?
What I have a question for you. Some people may have questions for you too.
Yes.
What made you, because I think that's like genius, like that you picked like your community hub to be the laundromat. Like, and you kind of just showed us or gave us an example, like people on this street, you said there may be 50 moms right here who don't have the resources at home to even get clean clothes for their kids. But what, like, I just think that was like genius to make that the spot, because you know all the moms are going to come through there.
Absolutely. And what mom, like, literally, seriously, what mom is going to tell you, no, you can't wash my clothes for free? Like, but the overall essence, like the vibe that I wanted to give Black women and like Black girls, was you don't have to give yourself up to get something for free.
Right.
Like, I hold a lot of integrity in this position, you know? And I always, like, when I have a chance to say it, you know, when I'm around moms or when I'm around, you know, young women that we're mentoring or, you know, providing services for, I say, you know, listen, I just gave y'all all $100 a piece. You know, I told this to 10 young Black and Latino girls. Gave y'all $100 a piece, right? I don't want shit from y'all. Y'all can't do shit for me. But you have a lot of people, men, my age, younger, around your age, that will give you money in expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you cutting in and out that.
You know, he think that you fast, throw you a couple, get your nails done. So I wanted to get rid of that and say, like, there are Black men that will do stuff for you without wanting to receive anything. Like, you don't stop giving yourself up for material shit. Like, stop giving yourself up for finances. Stop giving yourself up for support. You know, if that's that man's child, oh, well, listen, in order for me to take care of my child, you're gonna have to give me some cookie. What? Bro, you weird. That's your child. You should want to take care of your child. Your baby mom shouldn't have to give you some sex for you to take care of your child. That's weird. And then they do it. And then it's like, you know, they're holding on to all this toxic energy and all this like this shit. So it's like, when do you ever get to digress? So it's like you done walked around to the laundromat with your cart thinking that, like, oh, these motherfuckers, I hate life. I hate these niggas. These kids is getting on my nerves. Ugh. But you ain't know about the community wash day. So when you come around the corner and you see all this festival stuff, like, you kind of, the energy comes down a little bit, you know. You know, hey girl, how you doing? You here for the community to wash? What you doing? Like, no, wait, we want to wash your clothes for free. Like, don't be alarmed. We here to help you. You here to help? Yeah. Well, Miss Kim, come here. What's your name? Oh, I'm Miss. All right. Well, listen, Miss Kim, she gonna help you today, Miss Fields, and you know, we gonna rock out. And when you done with this, you come meet us outside, get some food. You know, come, you know, shake a tail feather because we got a DJ. You know, so she was just pissed a second ago.
Yeah. And it changed her whole mood in her day. Yeah. Absolutely. And it was and that's what I think is amazing about your story too, because it seems like, and I know you do a whole lot of work behind the scenes, but it's the little things. And you know, when I think it was post this week, sometimes it's the smallest things that change our day. You know what I mean? It could be that kind gesture of, you can wash all these loads of clothes. That's not the smallest thing. It could be a lot, but you know what I'm saying? Can change my whole mood for the day. And for those that are just joining on, I want to make sure that they catch your story, Adam. I'm going to do like a 30-second recap. So Adam told a story when he was younger. He's from the Philadelphia area. I know he named a lot of streets and some trains, the L's, said a lot, but he's talking about Philly. But when he was younger, he had a very, very caring mama. Before we got on, I was like, Adam, I know you had a praying mother, because you went through a whole lot and you still here. And his mother never gave up on him, which is a part of his story. And so he talks about being in and out of juvenile detention. He's talking about cases he had stacked against him, right? But then the grace of God, right, and mercy showed upon him that he didn't get what he deserved, right? Because he really, I mean, I think if it was all added up, you may have just been getting out right now.
I've still been in jail.
You would have still been in prison at this point, right? You would have still been in prison. So he's talking about years of this, and then just people showing him grace, getting jobs. And what changed his life was traveling through the state of Virginia and falling asleep behind the wheel, but waking up just in time, going 87 miles an hour and hitting the car behind him. But there was one post that Adam told about where he mentioned in that post that as he was sitting in the hospital, if he were to die that night, his mother would have had nothing nice to say about him. And that's what caught my attention like heavy. You know what I mean? Like, and so he changed his life off that accident and that one thought that if something were to happen to me, what would my mother say when she stood over me? And then from that point forward, that's a part of his story that he made sure or is making sure to give back to who helped him and who saw him through, not only his mother, but people like his mom, like Black women in the city. Does that sum it up pretty good, Adam? Did I do a good job?
Absolutely. Please forgive me.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure my phone don't die.
Okay, yeah, don't let your phone die because I summed it up, but I can't finish the whole story. But
that was a great summary.
Okay, thank you. And so now you travel throughout the tri-state area, and when I say tri-state again, so we're talking about Philly, Pennsylvania, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, to help moms and deliver resources to moms in the community. Is that right?
And Cleveland.
How Cleveland? Where? Ohio?
Yeah,
that's like a complete jump. Okay.
We did a community watch day in Cleveland, Ohio.
What made you drive from Philly? Because that's a good 8-10 hours.
So
you know people there. Okay.
No, so we did drive. So we were actually sponsored to come out from New Voices of Reproductive Justice. So it's a organization that focuses on women's rights, the LGBTQ community, and a plethora of other social injustice movements that plague Black women in the community. So they reached out and they sent a donation first. They said, hey, listen, we like what we're doing, we like what you're doing, we want to sponsor you, we want to send you a donation. So they sent a donation for our October event. And then November, we were in Cleveland doing a community wash day with them. So, that was definitely a beautiful experience. And that's kind of what triggered it, Yeah, like this could be in different states. Like this could be in different cities. This could be CSL. I mean, as Sister Talk Pittsburgh, Sister Talk Baton Rouge, Sister Talk Brooklyn, Harlem, wherever,
And all that's in the works now?
So we got Sister Talk Atlanta. I have an Instagram for Sister Talk Atlanta. I need to get on to my Atlanta grind. As far as just finding people. So I'm about to drive to Atlanta actually, either this week or the week of my birthday. My birthday's on July 1st. So either this weekend or the weekend of my birthday, I'm going to be driving to Atlanta and I'm going to be out there for a week. I would definitely come to Texas because I got a friend in Texas too. What part of Texas?
We're all your friends. We're here in Texas.
Oh, you?
Not all of us, but there's people on here not from Texas. But
okay.
We're in Fort Worth.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you say that earlier?
I said I'm from Jersey. I mean, I wasn't in Jersey. I'm from right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was my question. So if people want to get it started in various cities, if somebody's listening to this and say, listen, I want to get connected. I want a Sister Talk here. I love what you're doing. I'm still blown away by the laundromat. I just feel like that was just genius. How do they get it started? How do they connect with Sister Talk? So how can they donate? Hold on, I got something here for the donate. If you got anybody wants to donate, anybody want to pass this around, go ahead.
So I'm in the process. I'm in the process of getting this idea or trying to figure out if I can get this idea patented. So that way this could be, maybe a financial program that we can teach to organizations. So that way we can continue to make funding for ourselves. But it's just it's a lot. And you I would just say, if you want to do a community wash day now, reach out, get me out there, and I'll take it from there. Get me out there and I'll take it from there. I mean, I'll give you the lay of the land. I'll let you know what you need. But then also it's about, creating a financial budget. It's about trying to outsource products, trying to figure out, where are you getting these products from? How much money are you spending for these diapers? I hit stockpiles.
Mm-hmm.
I spent unemployment money on stockpiles of diapers, like because I had to get all of this stuff first. So it was just like, you got to get it all first, and then you got to start it, and then you got to figure out how much money it costs for them to wash clothes. And last year I was just letting them take the laundry cart and swipe. This year we can't do it, but I'm trying to figure out how to, outsource it. I want to say Atlanta. I want to say we are going to do a community wash day in Atlanta this year. I want to speak that into existence. And bulk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You
and
just
bulk.
did. Wait, do you have your thumb on the speaker or something? I feel like you're
No.
like me. There you go. Okay, whatever you just
Oh,
did, it changed something. But
wait.
I can hear you better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. She said she out of Philly, everybody, and she definitely supports the movement. That's awesome.
Thank
You're doing a
you.
great work out there, Adam. I can tell. So that's what you're saying. So listen, when it comes to community wash days, I don't know if it's every Saturday. I don't know if it's the first and third Saturday.
So we do it twice a month. So
Mm-hmm.
this month I've had a lot of like family complications and stuff like that. So my schedule is 2 times a month. So this month I downgraded. We only did one community wash day that served as our 3-year anniversary. Now going into next month, we're going to have 2 community wash days. Now the community wash days, they fall on Thursday. Thursday for me is a better day that I can kind of like, navigate the traffic. It's not really like heavy. And then also so many people are on unemployment. They're not going to work. So Thursday, this shouldn't be a problem to where though, we're getting a lot of moms out because a lot of moms are not working,
Okay.
So Thursday's
And,
easier.
and then it's any
Let's
mom
talk
who
about
comes to the laundromat, and any mom who comes through the laundromat that happens to be there. And listen, if you're a single mom, you're saying we washing every load of clothes that you have, and we have detergent and everything.
Yes. So we had to scale it back on everything. So I told people they can only bring a certain amount of pound of clothes.
Okay.
Like, you can get either like 2 super washers and a small one. That's like almost $28, maybe 30, give or take. But like 2 real big ones for $10, and like maybe like a small one or a big one and a couple small ones, so that way we kind of like, match everything out. Now I have turned away some moms, right? Now the reason why I've turned away moms is because they're not single moms, and they
Okay.
tell on themselves,
Okay.
And my thing is this, like, I'm not, and I tell people, like, accept this for the transparency and what it is, right? Because I'm always going to speak my truth, and I want to help specific people, right? But if you have a man and he's living in your house, right? No, I'm not washing your clothes for free.
Yeah.
That's his responsibility. That's that man's responsibility to make sure that you got a care package, you got diapers. What are you in there for?
Yeah.
That's what I've always been asked, right? Like, I was asked this by somebody, like, nigga, what you here for? What you do? You know what I mean? Like, and that resonated. Like, what you do? So it's like, my thing is, a mom came to the laundromat one day, and she was like, oh, this, hey, I'm a mom. Are you a single mom? She kept saying she was a single mom. So it was like, okay, like, then her husband came in, and I'm like, yo, that's my wife. Oh, that's your wife? Yo, go get that card, yo. Get that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this program is only for single mothers. That's your husband. Oh no, I mean, what do I am a mother, and that's your husband. So if he can't help you wash these clothes right now, you need to pick a new husband. Pick a new husband. You can't wash these clothes. I'm not doing it.
So you have to vet people now when they come in the door to let who's who and what's going on.
Because my thing is, like, I want people who really like, and I say that to be funny, but ultimately, like, I say I want people to use transparency because I want people to understand the psychological, like, stuff that goes on within our mindsets within the Black community. Black women, and I say this because I see Black women have allowed it to be okay for a man to live up under the roof that they pay rent for and not add value to that household. It's too many of these. You got individuals out here selling drugs, but You can't get a pack of diapers out this nigga when he come back to the crib. The last thing he thinking about is bringing some stuff back to the crib. No, he coming back to change his clothes, hop on you for a little bit, play some video games, bag some work up, eat some food, and then leave. How many niggas is really pulling up to the houses with, you know, groceries? I was just on a block today and I made $500-$600. But I went to Save a Lot and I bought $200 worth of groceries. Because you know what? You letting me stay up underneath your roof. I'm not paying no rent. I'm not doing none of that stuff. And it's like, I just think it's pathetic. And I'm not an enabler of men that don't want to do shit. I'm not doing it. I tell men all the time, oh, well, you know, what you doing over here? Oh, I'm going to send my baby mom. Don't send your baby mom over here, nut. What? Bro, come here, bro. Don't send your baby mom over here, bro. And I don't mean no disrespect, but listen, if that's your baby mom, bro, you should be able to do it. You know what I mean? Like, what you out here doing? You got a job, you hustling, you want to volunteer, you can help. If you want some diapers, bro, don't send your baby mom over here. Help.
So is that right there? Is that part of your program? Because you're doing these resources for the women. Again, I can't speak enough about how dope the laundromat idea is to just make that the hub. But what about the young men, the juveniles that are coming up in the city, like you were, right? Or the young men who in and out of prison or jail at that time, as you were? Do you have something for them? Is there like a different component or branch that you see forthcoming to help these young men as well? You get the phone? Okay.
Yes. No, okay. My mom. She already.
Tell your mom we said hello and we appreciate her. Yeah. Okay.
No, so I'm in partnership with Forget Me Not You Services right now. Like I said, Mecca Robinson is my she sits on my board. She's my mentor. But we have a program this summer specifically, you know, and I pressed her because this was open to, you know, young women and young men. But I do a lot for women with my organization program with nothing but young men. So we're creating a kids corner. So that's kids community outreach network emergency response services. So a lot of our young men are currently in the midst of warfare, right? A lot of our young men are out here selling drugs. We see them every day, you know, Loud Out, Dope Powder Hard, Perks, whatever, you know. A lot of our young men between the ages of 15 and let's say 20, if we want to cut it to a specific demographic, are out here in the trap. So with Kids Corner, our objective is to take 30 active young men that are either homeless, on probation within the DHS system, and or currently selling drugs, right? So 15 individuals are going to be, you know, from DHS, homeless, but then I am going to handpick 15 individuals from the street. Like, I'm literally going to drive around Philly and, you know, start talking to these young bulls. This, you know, I've already been doing it. I have about maybe 6 prospects for my team of 15 already. But, you know, my spiel to them was, listen, you know, I want to save your life this summer. You know, I want to change your product. Like, obviously you out here selling, you know, some type of work, whatever it is. I don't need to know your business, but I want to change your product for 6 weeks, you know. And the Kids Corner is an honest opportunity for young Black men to really expound on their entrepreneurial skills. Any young Black man that sells drugs is an entrepreneur. He's a business owner. He knows numbers. You know why? Because he don't want nobody to get over on him. So as long as you know numbers, you can learn business. That's it. Numbers never lie. So we're going to create a Kids Corner concession stand. We have 2 different locations and we're looking for more. And we're going to have 2 groups each site, okay? And each group will work a 3-day shift. Group A will work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Group B will work Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, right? Now, they will make $60 a day on top of being paid from work ready, okay? So we have community job slots for young adults, both, you know, male and female. However, these young men that will be in the program will be getting paid by 2 entities. They will be getting paid for the day of service through the money that they make on the site, and they would be getting paid from Work Ready. We want to encourage them to, make a certain amount of money per shift. So our goal was $310 per site per shift. So in essence, a day that would be $620 a day if both sites made $310, right? Now, what they will be selling, they're going to be getting their Safe Serve certification. They're going to be getting their CPR and first aid certifications as well. And they are also going to be receiving, like financial literacy training. What happened? Oh, I'm sorry. I keep getting phone calls.
It's okay.
So, with this program, they're going to be getting their Safe Serve certification. They're going to be selling, beef hot sausages, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken shababs. We have an on-site chef for 2 of the locations that will assist us in making food for these, for these children, outside of us teaching them how to, work the grill, and then have people skills. So, we're also going to be looking for young male volunteers that are in college, or even older men that want to come out and stand with them during this. We don't have no money for y'all. Like this is no real shit. Like and I'm being honest, because everybody always wants money for something, right? But my thing is with these children, like these children don't have no budget. They don't. These children can't afford mentorship. So we want honest individuals that don't mind volunteering their time. Honest men. I'm tired of the women volunteering their time. Like, I love y'all wholeheartedly, but I am tired of the women volunteering their time when it should be men volunteering their time. So no, I'm not paying you, because as a man, you should want to oversee some other young men and say, hey, listen, I want to go I ain't got nothing to do today. I just want to go spend some time with you. Stand on the corner any other day to drink and carry on and do some nut shit. So how about you sit the beer down for the day, or you sit the negative energy down for the day, you sit the drugs down for the day, you sit the gun down for the day, and you say, what, I want to come build with these young men that say, what, I don't want to die this summer. You know what? I don't want to kill nobody this summer. You know what? I don't want to mistakenly shoot somebody's little sister or somebody's baby. You know what? I don't want to mistakenly kill somebody's mom, or, I don't want to go to jail, or whatever the situation may be. Because
and you know what? You cut out for a second, so I'm just gonna jump in. So you but you said something that that Adam was so good. You cut out for a second, so I decided I'm just gonna jump in. You said, I want to save your life this summer, because the murder rate in Philadelphia out of control like every year, right? Or
you're breaking up.
I'm breaking up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's just staticky. Maybe that's because they keep calling me, and
yeah, sometimes that throws it off. But I like what you said right there. What I have up there. You said, I want to save your life this summer, to the young boy, to the men the boys on the street, right? You can't hear me? You got.
There you go.
Now you can hear me.
Now. I can hear you now.
Okay. I was saying, I like what you said. You said, I want to save your life this summer. I said that was real. And I appreciate you saying that, because I know you're not looking to sell anybody anything, but that's a great selling point to the boys. Now you're frozen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's essential, save your life, or, prevent you from taking somebody else's life.
All right. Any other, if people have questions for Adam shared a whole lot of his story. I did a quick recap. I did a 30-second recap a little bit ago. I don't know if I need to do another recap, but anything you got that you want to say to the single moms that are listening, anything you want to say to the men who were in your situation some years ago, whether it was in and out of jail or anything, or just what do you need in the community of Philly? Like how can we best support you?
Pay it forward. So right now we have a mission. We have $700 towards this mission so far. Give me. Can you leave that open? I'm gonna lock it when I leave out. Thank you. Don't enjoy your day, okay? Oh, all right. I'm sorry. So we have a community initiative. So I am looking for 100 men to donate $100. That is $10,000. With that $10,000, we want to buy our location going into the month of June. Like, we want to have this money before July 15th. Like I said, we only have $700 towards this mission, and my goal is to just be out here in the streets, passing out toys, getting people's attention, telling people what I want to do, and trying to raise this money so that way we can get, a home base. We received a lot of funding from GoFundMe this year. But I was telling somebody, I said, my operating budget, on a minimum is between $2,500 and, maybe $3,500 for a month. I said, times that by 6, you're up to $18,000,
What about
I said,
resources there?
Say that
Do you
again?
need people to donate? I said, what about resources in the city too? Do you need people to donate that stuff as far as like the detergent or the money for the
Yeah,
laundromat? Like
we need detergent. We need
that?
diapers. We need care package items. I mean, you could ball out at the dollar store. That's where I get all of my care package items from, the dollar store. Pull-ups. We are even accepting adult diapers now. I am trying to merge with Aetna. So Aetna provides laundry services to seniors.
Okay.
64 plus, and we are trying to, create a partnership in July so that way they can come out and provide free laundry services to the seniors as well. So it won't just be single moms, hopefully, moving forward in July, we'll be able to add seniors to the mix as well and get some more people services. But
And what about the
volunteers.
people? What about people who are there and are listen? I need a drop off spot. I got stuff right now. I want to come bring it to you for the next wash day. How do they find you? Just meet you at the laundromat? And what laundromat is it that you want people to go to? Did you freeze again?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You just frozen, but I can hear you.
So we're not accepting any donations except diapers and care package items and like baby food, like no clothes, no cribs, no car seats, no strollers, none of that right now, because I keep tapping into the budget or my funding to rent U-Hauls.
I got you. Okay.
And I don't want to keep like I just returned to U-Haul and I had to get some stuff, but I couldn't get everything. Like somebody has a refrigerator that they want to donate to me, but I couldn't get the refrigerator while I had the U-Haul because I had so much other stuff. Now it's like, okay, well, I got to rent another U-Haul. Okay, well, I can't keep renting all these U-Hauls because it's adding up,
Right,
and I don't want to keep utilizing funds for that. And it's like, I just try to we want to raise money to get a van, or not a van, a truck or a cargo van, So we actually got a van and I gave it away. Like, I could have used that to pick up diapers and stuff like that, but I just felt as though I got my Vic. I don't really need to have another car because it was appreciated.
And you gave that to a single mom, didn't you?
I
did. You give that car?
I did. I did.
That's awesome.
And I told Mr. Frazier, I said, I don't want to seem unappreciative to this because this will definitely help our organization. But I think that a mom would need this more than I need this right now. Like, I believe when you pay it forward, blessings come. So, if whether or not somebody donates a cargo van to us, whether or not they donate a box truck to us, like if it come, it come. Like if I gotta save a couple more unemployment checks, then that's what I gotta do on top of whatever donations that we getting in. But between donations and my unemployment checks, this is how this runs. Like somebody asked me the other day, like, do you pay yourself out of this organization? Hell to the no. Like I wear the same shit every day. Like people don't see that. Like, I wear Adidas every day. I might switch up a color. You might see me in some blue, but other than that, like, I'm in the trenches. Like I pour into this organization like I poured into the track. Like, and I tell people, like, this is how real it is. Like, I slept in crack houses. I sleep in my car sometimes. You feel me? Like, I change, my underwear, my socks, and I got the same sweatpants and, a different shirt on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care how anybody, like, I'm in this just like I was selling drugs. Like, I had the same dickie on for 3 days straight. I didn't care, because I was getting money. So it's like, yeah, I can have the same Adidas sweatpants on for a couple of days. I don't care. You know why? Because I'm making people smile. I'm cool over here. I'm free. That's the only thing I care about is free. I'm free. I have a car. So like whenever I'm tired of anybody, I go park somewhere and go sleep in my shit. I'm cool. Like I don't have my own place. That's something that I desire heavily for myself. So it's like, I wanna work so I can get money, so I can do for myself independently. But it's like, that's just not how God got my mission set up right now. So I'm rocking with Bull until he do what he said he gonna do. So I have faith. Faith without works is dead. But we need volunteers. We need men. I want men to come out. Like if men are watching this, like I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me. Some of y'all might know me or whatever situation may be. But like if you're a black man, right, and your focus isn't on supporting and protecting other black women, that's weird to me. Like you have a whole black mother, that I'm pretty sure would want you to do X, Y, and Z, right? But many of us, we don't do that, right? And a lot of the times we slapping the same people in the face that's supporting us. We not all 100 when it comes to, how we give back to women. But what I want women to see is I want women to see men serving them the way they serve us. Like, because honestly, if a lot of these black women got up one day and was like, yo, I'm fed up with this bullshit, my dude, like a lot of us would be homeless. Some of us is low-key homeless now. And y'all would be homeless and naked if they took the shit that they bought for y'all back. So let's stop pretending like we don't owe black women everything that we got. Like, so for you to not be able to come and, pass out some diapers or serve a mom some food, like that speaks volumes to, the man you are. Like, and I really don't hang with a lot of men because I don't respect them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like I don't down men. Like I'll never get into a match where I'm downing men. No, I want to hold men to a responsibility. I was told in prison, like what you don't do is you don't take care of no grown man. You're a grown man. You make it work. I tell people I'm out here living on couches, sleeping in my car, living off unemployment. I don't have.
Wait, you were told that? You were told that so somebody can say that nobody's gonna take care of you. That's why you were told it. Right. Yeah.
And I was told so I wouldn't have the mentality, like, I get support. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do what I do because it's like, I don't want to be a burden to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at my friend's house right now. That was my friend that I was saying bye to. Like, I don't deal with her. She's a single mom. Like, I support her business, her organization. You know what I mean? Like, that's like my best friend. That's like my sister. But it's like, yo, bro, you need a place to crash. You out here in these streets running around. Like, my mom's sick. Not as sick as she was, but like, my mom dealing with her health. And it's like, she I be out here in these streets. She ain't trying to catch no COVID. She want to be as safe as possible. And then it's like, I'm 34. I don't always want to be in there with my mom. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm never home. I might be at my brother's crib or I might be at my friend's house or whatever. And it's like, I'm tired of bouncing around, but it's like, I say all that to say this. I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw that shit out of. But I'm making change happen. So can't nobody come to me and tell me that they can't do nothing. You can't. You can't. It's all about what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to floss. Like people they be out here trying to floss. It's not about flossing. How about you floss on the community? I just went to the after hours and I spent $500. I went to the after hours and spent $500 because unemployment gave me $1,800. What did that $500 do for me? Anybody? Nothing. Yeah. But I can't take $500 and go floss on the community. Like to me, it's weird, and I just don't have respect for these men out here selling drugs. I don't know. Like I'm different. Like my mindset is like completely different. I'm not saying that I want to operate this organization off no drug money. Like I'm definitely not saying that, but it's just like they don't have no care to support.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. Here's a question for you. What's your when you say men, when you say the men who aren't supporting, what is your definition of that?
I say the definition of a man is a caretaker. I say the definition of a man is somebody that knows how to control his emotions and will provide security and support to those that are most true and dear to him. However, have a consciousness about his community. I believe men stand up in the midst of any type of adversity. I believe men will see a situation through. So prime example, we have a lot of like altercations that happen in the city with like kids, women fighting each other, whatever. You have a lot of men that would, or males, I'm gonna say you have a lot of males that will sit back and record them. You have men that will intervene and interject and stop them from participating in that behavior. You know why? Because those men have the interest of those females, those women. Those men have the interest of their community, and those men have an interest in protecting the visual concept of what's going on in their neighborhood. Men stand up for things. You have a lot of men masquerading around as boys. And it's a battle between male and men. I don't know. Somebody told me the other day, like, I'm only here to support my family. And I said, well, listen, I said, that's why we're in the position that we're in. I said, because someday your family is going to need support. But say if everybody had that same mentality, I'm only here to support my family. What are we doing to the community? What are we doing for the community? So you can't help. So you can't help Miss Johnson take her trash out because you only care about your community. Like, that's weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, I can sit up here and I can throw trash up and down, but I know I can't turn my camera around, but you got a couple old people over there, that might be having some trouble. If we see him having some trouble, hey, listen, you want us to take it out to the curb for you? I don't even live on this block.
So you're saying, I think that to answer his questions, what you're saying is you're describing people, and I don't want to speak for him, I guess. Basically, what you're talking about is the irresponsible men out there who aren't helping. Is that what you're saying? Right. In Philly, in the area, who live on the same block but won't help their neighbor do it. But you're saying that's how you also make the difference. Okay.
Right. I want these young men. I want these young men to know, like, if you're walking down the street, right, have a sense of respect for what's going on, right? If you see an elderly woman having some problems or whatever, and you seen her, slow walking, and you see her, okay, how about you grab hey, where do you live? You live around the corner, how far? Walk with her. Talk with her. She might give you some common sense. But then you got a lot of men that will walk right past. I don't mind hopping out and helping somebody I see blind walking across the street. That's just me. I got a different, like, I ain't never had shit. Like, I ain't never had nobody like look out for me for real. Like, I was always dismissed, but in prison, I was given a different way to view manhood. When you go out there and you have a family, you're responsible for that family. If you got kids, you're responsible for that family. Uncle Sam is not responsible for your kids. If you can sit there and you can have sex with that woman, then you can sit there, you can go get a job and you can take care of them kids. If you want to be in that trap and you do all that, then those are consequences that your family is going to have to, be a part of. But it's like, my mentality was like changed. Like, it was flushed and like recreated. And it's like, as a man, like, I just feel like that's our responsibility. And men are not taking care of their responsibility. You have men that are not taking care of their children. You have men that are not taking care of their families. But you call yourself a man. Now, we're not going to, we obviously know that there's a lot of situations where, it's not the man's fault. We know. I have to say that, clarify that, so nobody jump on me. But all in all, outwardly, we have an opportunity to walk away and not do anything. And people don't say nothing to us. Women don't have that same opportunity. So it's like, damn, I can't get you to come volunteer, bro.
Mhm. So that's
Like,
why you're doing that
but
program in the summertime as well, asking
I want to,
everybody to come.
I
Mhm.
want to, I would like to, so I can teach, because the young men are going to be, a part of the community wash days. So
Uh-huh.
you're in this program from July 19th all the way until August 27th. We're going to have at least 4 or 5 events between that time frame. Y'all are at the community wash day. If you're not at the community wash day, I'm pulling you. So that means you're not making money. And I'm trying to put some money in your pocket this summer. Something
Mhm.
substantial. And I also have a mission behind this that is going to be spoke to with these 30 young men. We're going to do something with this money. And this is going to be something that 30 young black men in the city of Philadelphia have a say in.
Mhm.
So I want to create that atmosphere to them where they can raise enough money to do something to where though now they have a say of what's going on with their peers, with their youth. But if you out here and you don't want to come to the community wash day, well, you know what? I'm pulling you then. You're not coming to work on Wednesday.
Mhm.
You what? What you mean? And we
Mhm.
paying you to come to the community, and we paying you to come to the community wash day. So my thing is, as long as I'm paying you, I need as many services as possible. I'm not for young men talking back, but I'm not for talking down to young men neither. We're gonna have a conversation. How do you feel? Like I want to tap in. Like
Mhm.
it's time to tap in. Like, why you feel like you gotta sell these drugs, bro? Like, why you feel like you gotta get high every day? You know what I mean? Like, why you feel like you gotta carry this pole around? Like, and then you gotta understand, like, a lot of our young men, they active. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a bounty on their head. Like, and it don't matter what you trying to do. Like, niggas still coming for you. So, you could be out here doing this kids corner, and somebody catch you a op. So we gonna have private security out there. I want to be very precautious about this, because like I said, I want to take 30 young men that are active. Well, I get 15 um active young men that are selling drugs, in my group, and some of them young men are active, and I want to, like I said, I want to save your life this summer. Like, I don't want to bury
I
you this
like
summer,
that.
bro. I don't, I'm
Mhm.
not, because I'm not coming to your visual. I'm not. I'm not coming to your visual. I'm not coming to your funeral. I'm not wearing your t-shirt. I'm not doing none of that shit,
Mhm.
because we
What
could have
part of Philly are
prevented.
you in? What part of Philly? Are you just in North Philly or all over Philly?
I'm in Kensington.
Okay.
I'm in zombie
Okay.
land.
All right. Any last words, Adam, for those that either want to support or just with the understanding the Sister Talk or the mission that you're doing? Because I think
Um,
you're doing great work out there anyway. Because you could have been doing a lot of stuff. When you talk about your childhood, your upbringing, your experiences, what you've been through, you could have been doing a whole lot. But this is what you choose to do. So for your community, and so I definitely commend you for that. Any last words for the people?
yes. I could use all the support in the world. Okay.
uh,
So, we wherever you're at, if you have affiliates in Atlanta, I want to say, if you know anybody in Atlanta, if you're from Atlanta, please connect, please reach out to me. I definitely want to do something in Atlanta. For those of you that are in Philadelphia and the tri-state area, if you are a part of a local church, we do have a church collaboration letter that I actually put together a couple days ago. We are looking for churches to collaborate with us, to possibly help with diaper drives, care package drives, pull-up drives, just to try to create more room for us financially, because if we're continuously, we can get as much funding as we want, it comes in little and sporadically, but if we're spending it for care packages and stuff like that, like, it's coming in and going out. If we can get this stuff donated, on a regular basis, then we can start using our money for, more strategic things. Like I said, we want to get a building. So whether it's 100 men donating $100, whether us just strategically saving money, or whether it's us filling out for a grant, we are definitely in dire need of that type of support. If anybody would like to volunteer their services, if you know anybody that writes grants or wants to volunteer their service, we will be federally exempt in about maybe 35 to 40 days. I want to say, the beginning of August, all of our paperwork is in. So, either end of July or early August, we'll be federally recognized. We have a board. I have whatever paperwork you need, I have for you. But I'm in need.
You touched the mic again. You was touching the mic on the phone. All right, so you need places to store those good resources you get in Philly. So you need the churches, the nonprofits, wherever that can help out the store, and you need a grant.
No, we got storage. We have storage.
You got storage.
We have storage units, but the only thing that we are accepting are diapers, care package items, detergent.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like baby food and stuff like that. Like no more clothes. Like I have 3 boutiques. Okay. Worth of clothes. Literally. All right.
And you need a grant writer in the area. You need a grant writer that's gonna come help you get these grants. Yeah, so if anybody knows a grant writer to help Sister Talk, make sure you send them your way. I know somebody, and I can send her your way. Okay. I'll see. Well, that's the least I can point her in your direction, and hopefully
let them know they can take their money.
She'll come your way. All right. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate you sharing your story and your work you're doing. I love the idea of the community wash days, catching the mothers from the neighborhood when they go down there, and then you're pouring in, you're washing clothes for them, providing them with resources, helping the young boys on the street, trying to save their lives. That's huge, so they don't just run around on the street all the time, boys and girls on the street. So we appreciate you, Adam. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, and he's on Instagram a whole lot where Adam shares a lot of stories. It's SistaTalk PHL, right? PHL. Yep. Okay, so SistaTalk PHL. If you go to Instagram, he has a whole lot of stories on there and a lot of videos. And I would show it, but once again, I can't show. I don't know how to do that part. I'm not doing it right. I did a little ticker thing. Alicia helped me with the ticker thing. I had that going. So other than that, but go find him on Instagram and he'll show you. Or you can see what he's doing. You can see updates and you can see like that is really happening, what he's talking about. So we definitely just applaud you for what you're doing. It's a big deal. You really are making, I don't know if you hear that often, but you really are making a big difference.
I'm trying.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All right. Well, you be blessed. Thank you everybody for watching. And Adam, I'm gonna come see you when I come back to Philly. I don't know. I don't want to go to Zombieland, but I'm gonna come find you.
You said you don't want to go to Zombieland?
You said you there?
Yes, I'm here.
There you are. All right, but
I'm here. No, I was looking at the comments.
Oh, okay,
I didn't see the chat icon down there. I was going through all the comments. I didn't know.
You can go.
I was trying to screenshot them.
Oh no, yeah, you can go back to on the Facebook page, and you can see it. It's all showing up on Facebook too. Yeah, yeah. But you all over it, okay?
All right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right. Wait, is that shirt? Is that Sister Talk shirt or are you something else?
No, this is Sister Talk shirt. So this is the campaign that we got. Everyone versus gun violence. We got our Sister Talk logo on it. This is from Be Privileged. So, we have pre-order shirts are $25. Hoodies are $45. Shirts come in black and white. I haven't put it out yet. I'm just trying to get some more things in order before I put it out. I'm going to put it on the website too, so more people had access to it. But we will be doing a pre-order on these shirts. I want to say like this week. And then we'll.
What's the bottom say? A movement to what? What's the very bottom say?
A movement to save Black America.
So, okay, I like that. I'm gonna get a T-shirt.
Okay.
Hoodie be a little hot for Texas in the summer. I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I'm gonna wear it. All right. Well, thank you, sir. All right, you be blessed. Thank you so much. All right. Wait, hold on, Adam. You stay on there. You stay on a second.